What's up, everybody? I am coming at you again with another book review. I got my kid here with me today, so if I'm a little shaky, I'm sorry, but I'm kind of holding the camera and holding him to say hi. Say hi to the people. Say hey, everybody. Yeah, he's not really being that social today. Anyway, let me see, y'all. Trying to get to where I can get comfortable. Anyway, I wanted to come to you to discuss a book I just finished. Actually, I finished it last night. Either last night or the night before last. I think it was night before last. The last couple of days been kind of a blur. I've been busy with auditions and writing and, working on some dolls. So, been kind of, jumbled up a little bit. Anyway, this book is titled Dawn. And it's part of the Lilith Brood series by Octavia Butler. It's the first book in her Xenogenesis series. The book is about, the main character in the book is a lady named Lilith. And she was, here on Earth when they had the final World War. And, and I guess the nuclear warheads destroyed the Earth and killed, like a huge bulk of the human population. So it's kind of like the world's ending, the last few people who were left on Earth are dying. And bam, out of nowhere, this alien race of people called the Onkali, that's what I call it, that's how I pronounce it. But if it's different, somebody just correct me. Anyway, the Onkali, they come and they rescue the, I guess, all the humans they can that are still alive and take them on their spaceship. And, they research people and learn about them and learn how to cure diseases like cancer and, all these other conditions. And they pretty much genetically engineer. Uh-oh, y'all. What's the matter? You want to talk? Say hey. Say hi. Say hello. Aww. Anyway, so, hold on, y'all. There we go. There you go. You happy now? Look, he's happy now, everybody. See? Anyway, so Lilith, she's in a state of suspended animation for like 250 years. And they wake her up every so often to see how she'll react, And at one point, when they woke her up, she kind of got into, a state where she lost her mind, where she was just in a fetal position going crazy because she was in isolation, in an alien environment that she really, didn't know a whole lot about, or, she didn't know where she was. And so the last time they woke her up, I guess they felt she was ready. So they took her out of they sent in an alien to kind of talk to her and get her accustomed to looking at them, because they look like, the way the book described them, they look like giant squids, kind of grotesque, I guess. So she has to get adjusted and used to, being around them, a whole nother species of, creatures or whatever, intelligent creatures. So they let her out and she lives among the family of the alien who, took her out of isolation. And she becomes like I guess a student of the son of the creature who rescued her. I think his name is pronounced Nikanj. And anyway, her and Nikanj, they kind of bond and they learn from each other. And, he learned about her humanity and she learned about them. Hold on. Look at there. There you go. There you go. You don't have to show out for people on the camera. Yeah, he's smiling. I'm sorry, somebody. You like that? There you go. Okay. Anyway, so, where was I? Okay. So anyway, she's learning from Nikanj, and at this point in his development, I think he's like he's a teenager. So, and he tells her that he's, going to be going through, I guess, their version of puberty soon. And he ended up going through puberty and she ended up supporting him. It's like a very dangerous transition for them, for the Onkali. And the Kanj, the Onkali, I call them the Onkali, y'all. I don't know. Somebody can correct me. But anyway, There's also another version or another species of Oankali called the Uli. And that's what Nikanj is. He's an Uli. He's really not a he. He's really an it because it doesn't have a sex. The way the Oankali's family is structured is you have a male and you have a female that are normally brother and sister, or in Nikanj's parents' case, they're cousins. And the way they breed is they have to breed through the Uli, which is like neither male nor female. So the Uli, he pretty much takes DNA from the male and takes DNA from the female and design the offspring. And so that's what Nikanj is growing up to be. So anyway, so he goes through the puberty state, and he, already had partners pre-selected for him. So once he go through that, his partners come and get him and take him to their new home. And it's okay, baby. And hold on, y'all. Okay. Anyway, they end up going to the new home. Lilith end up being a part of their family, their newly formed family. And he kind of adjusts her DNA as well to be able to go to and fro on the ship, because when they go from one room to the next, or if they're leaving their home, all they have to do is touch the wall, and the wall will open up and let them out, because the ship is actually a living, conscious organism. Like the ship itself is an organism, and then like the trees and the grass and the soil, everything on the ship is like a living thing. So it reacts to, any type of, human or any other species interaction with it. So anyway, they tell Lilith that, we're going to rescue mankind. And, it's been 250 years since the war that destroyed Earth and killed most of humanity. So the Earth, certain parts of the Earth is pretty much ready, for people to come back and populate and kind of, redevelop and, build new communities and stuff. And we're going to rescue you all, and we're going to cure most of your diseases and make you immune to most of the diseases that were killing you, but you have to give us something in return. So the book is pretty much about her figuring out, where she is, what's going on, and what is it that she has to give to the Oankali in return. So, they pretty much train Lilith, they train her, they take her in this environment that's like a rainforest or a jungle, and they train her on like the plants that are poisonous, the ones that are not, how to make traps, how to fish, how to build like huts, and just, pretty much how to function and how to survive in the Earth's new environment. So she ended up, going through all this and learning. And the reason why she's learning is because they chose her to be the one to lead other human beings, like when they decide to take some more people out of suspended animation, then she has to, I guess, go, give them an orientation and train them and say, and let them know, look, we're not on Earth anymore. We're on a living spaceship. These alien beings came to rescue us, and now they're going to kind of, they're going to train us on how to, survive and what we need to do to go back home. And, they have some really pretty strict rules on, what, a person had, I mean, they're not really strict, but it's like if a person is violent and if they hurt an Oankali or an Uli, or if they hurt another person, then that person is not allowed to leave the ship. They're not allowed to go back home to Earth. They have to stay on the ship, and I guess get researched on, or they may remain for the rest of eternity in suspended animation. I mean, who knows? But so I like the book, and I like Octavia Butler. She's really good at world building and creating like new environments and new creatures. And also she's good, and at the same time, she's good at knowing people, because when Lilith did end up, I think they gave her like 80 people to awaken, and she could choose, like, it was a file on everybody that she was responsible for who was in suspended animation. So she had a chance to go through all the files and look at all the pictures of the people and read about their personality and their past and, you know, who they are and what they were doing at the time of the war. And no, she could choose. I think the first crew, she had to choose at least 40 people. So she went through and when she awoke the people, like the way they responded to her, their hostility, their anger, because they pretty much went through the same thing she did as far as being in isolation and going crazy and having to be put back to sleep again. So she, just the way that they interacted with her, the way they reacted to the aliens, everything seemed true to life, you know, as to what people would really do. It's like she really researched, you know, psychology and probably sociology and just, you know, humanity all together, you know, especially when, and I'm not going to give it away, but especially when they figured out what is it that they had to give the aliens in return, you know, like the hostility, the anger, you know, the betrayal, you know, people betraying one another and people being angry, you know, being, I guess, you know, hostile towards the aliens because they're pissed that they're no longer at home. You know, they're no longer on Earth. And you got this, you know, alien race that now has control over us. And, you know, we're not willing to give up what they want us to give up. So, overall, I thought the book was good. I thought it was really good. It's one, I haven't read a whole lot of sci-fi material, but I think it's probably one of the best things that I have read. And yeah, it was so good. I immediately, once I finished that book, I'm like, I went to scrambling looking for the next book. Like, okay, I gotta keep going. It's just that good that when you get to the end, you gonna want the next book. I mean, you know, more than likely, you know, it's very likely you're gonna be like, okay, I'm ready for the next book. But it's really good, y'all. And I would suggest it, especially if you're a sci-fi fan, you know, or if you like, you know, if you like that dystopian future, you know, type of thing, but you still have very human, you know, emotions and you know, interactions and that, you know, human dynamic and how, you know, we play into the whole future thing. Yeah, you really enjoy it. And even with the second book, I started on it. Got to get him his passy. Anyway, I started on it last night, and I think it's gonna be better than the first. I mean, some of y'all may have read it, you know, but I'm really looking forward to my next reading session. I'll probably do some more reading this evening once I finish all my other work. But anyway, I hope you like this review, and I hope you find it helpful. And I would suggest if anybody's coming to me looking for a suggestion about a good read, this is definitely one of them. Octavia Butler, God rest her soul, she did a really good job writing this book, and I have a feeling the whole series is going to be really good. But I would definitely be reading more of her stuff in the future. And as a writer, you know, her material is is very, I'm talking about some real, it's very inspiring. So anyway, I hope this review helped. If you like my reviews, if you like my other videos, just, you know, rate, subscribe, comment. Follow me on Facebook at Jackie Loggins. I'm also on Twitter. And where else am I? I'm on Instagram as Magnolia Girl, MAGNOLYAGURL. And I also have an author page. Just Google me and you'll find me. And I'll keep you guys updated. I have to do what he allowed me to do, because sometimes he cool, he just laid back watching TV, or, you know, just chilling, grinning, laughing, rolling over. And then sometimes it's like, okay, mama, you need to wrap this shit up because I need your attention. So I got to give him some attention, y'all. All right, tell him bye. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this passy. Yeah, he kind of pissed right now. Say bye. Say bye-bye. Okay, bye, y'all. Y'all have a good one.